here on a foggy morning. Through a bunch of poodle dog bush. See behind me, it's kind of all over this hillside. Luckily, none so close to the trail. And I guess my next stop is going to be either Acton, a small town in California, or Agua Dulce, which Acton I think was about 37 miles away when I woke up this morning. And there's a KOA campground there with a swimming pool and food and all kinds of stuff. And I think I'm about due for a day off from walking. The last couple days have been a little rough. I've got some shin splint pain in my right leg that's been slowing me down quite a bit. And a giant blister on my little toe, my pinky toe on the right foot. So my right leg's just kind of trashed. Holding it together though. Hoping that I can actually still pull off 18 miles today, which will get me halfway there to Acton, and then 18 tomorrow, and then I'll probably rest at least one day, maybe two. Hopefully be ready to go after that. Here's just a look where I am now. Should be able to see some mountains down there, but I'm definitely up in the clouds. Wrightwood was a good stop, but I think climbing Baden Powell right after that break was pretty difficult. So just gotta remember to let myself heal. So I just walked out of one cloud over there into this nice view. And now I'll be walking into another cloud right over there. At least it's not raining, just cloudy. Nice view here on the downward towards Acton, Agua Dulce. I think it's looking south, and LA is right off over there. Just another one of these. Came over the ridge to an awesome view. Another big open view. We're heading down one of those cities off in the distance. I think it's probably Agua Dulce. Just a nice sunny day after walking through all the clouds yesterday. Couldn't miss the opportunity for this view. You know, there's tons of them, but just love being surrounded by mountains. Coming out of them. Pretty cool feeling. Look way back over here. That's where I was yesterday morning, way up on that peak. Came all the way down along there, down into this valley, and now I'm coming up the other side. So that's like 17 miles yesterday from somewhere on the other side, up and over and down to the bottom. And now I've got 10 miles out of here to Agua Dulce. Walking through the Vasquez Rocks.
Equestrian trail is Long Arrow. Foot trail is Short Arrow. I think the crest trail is that one.
I guess where they shot some famous scenes. Wrath of Khan. Pretty cool rock formations. I think we're near the San Andreas Fault. I could be wrong, but it definitely looks like some of these structures could have been formed that way. Pretty cool. So I'm walking through the town of Agua Dulce now, or I guess heading out. The trail kind of cuts straight through town. This is like the main road through town. Pretty small, there's no post office, but it's got a grocery store and a place to eat, pizza place, a cafe, a hardware store. So I actually took 2 nights off trail, called up my friend that lives in LA, and he came and picked me up out here. I think this is the closest I'm gonna come to LA on the trail, just north of it, about an hour or so. So that was pretty good. Got to see him, rest my legs a little bit, let my blisters heal, and now I'm heading back out. Mile 454 and counting. Got 15 pounds of food on my back, 3 liters of water. So it's gonna be heavy for a little while, but I have plenty of snackage when I stop. See you down the way. I'm outside Agua Dulce, little town an hour from LA, which apparently is where the people who work in LA that want to live in the country kind of come out and live, and they can have horses and stuff and still work a job in LA. And met an 87-year-old guy and his friends out here who run this trail every day or something like that to stay in shape. Kind of a cool breed. And that's where I'm heading, up over the ridge. And just a pretty cool area, you know? It's always changing. So different from Baden Powell that I was just on. So I'm out here walking the road. The trail is actually up over on that hill, but there was a big fire that burned through here recently, maybe a couple of years ago, and so it's closed. And it's just kind of hot walking the road, but it's a different experience. And I may have just come upon the greatest water source yet. A faucet right on the side of the road, but actually I think it's just trash. Got pretty excited there for a minute. Some cool flowers. And a nice view. Looks hot out there. And somewhere out this way is the LA aqueduct. A pretty brutal stretch out here on the trail. We'll see how it looks when I get down there. So this right here is a plant I've been mistaking, or I was mistaking a little while, for poison oak. The leaves are kind of small, but I actually found a spot here with this growing and poison oak. So I can show you the difference. This is poison oak. So it's bigger leaf, rounder thumb. And they're growing right here. Next to it is the other plant. I'm not sure what this is, but I'm pretty sure it's not poison. It's just some other shrub. Well, here I am. Momentous event, somewhat. The 500-mile marker on trail. So it's just after sunset. Sun's going down, and guess it's pretty interesting. Today's May 28th or 29th, which means I've been out here. You know, it took me basically a month and 4 days. I started April 25th to go 500 miles. And my shoes starting to show a little bit of wear. The front's kind of torn up. And I guess the bottoms are getting a little, tread's getting a little worn out, but I think they'll get me to Kennedy Meadows. So I got a couple more miles to go tonight, but pretty nice marker here. Here's a little spot I found to sleep last night. Nice and sheltered under these trees. I just cowboy camped, laid my tarp and pad out and sleeping bag. Stayed nice and dry from condensation thanks to all these trees. Probably one of the coolest little spots I've found so far. I'm on my way to Hikertown. It's a small hostel with bunks and hopefully a cold drink. Just a couple miles down this road. About to get into some really hot stretches of desert. It's pretty hot today, but at least it's fairly breezy. And you can see behind me there, desert I'm going to have to cross the next couple of days. The town of Mojave will be my next stop. So I just came down out of those hills and across this freeway. And now we're in Hikertown, which is like one of these old little mining town rendition places. And I guess the guy bought it and just now uses it as a hiker haven. A bunch of people hanging out back there. Water faucet up here. The post office, of course, where you can pick up your packages. And they give us rides to the store. And it's really hot, so it's a good place to hang out in the shade for a little bit. I'm leaving Hikertown. Walking here into the biggest stretch of just flat, hot desert. It's from here, that highway I crossed to get to Hikertown, 138, all the way to an intersection where you can get to either Mojave or Tehachapi, two cities on either the east or west, and they're way out there at the foot of the mountains. Here's the open aqueduct. And over there is the closed one. We're going to follow north. Aqueduct at sunset. It's actually kind of uncomfortable to walk on and a bit windy. Still following the aqueduct here. It's under this big cement slab now. And also walking right through the middle of a windmill farm. So we just walked through this whole field of windmills. We're still walking through it, I guess, but came in from way off over there, across the desert and those mountains. It's 9 o'clock and it's already really hot, sweating quite a bit.